TJ.
And I'm Natalie.
And if you stuck with us this far, you are now watching the championship round from the first season of Warrior Showdown.
Yeehaw.
Alex Hartman as the assassin versus Lou Wagner as the Star Warrior.
Full-on Sith Star Warrior.
Full-on Sith. So we wanted to find ways how we can let these characters grow and evolve. We don't know who's going to win from one round to the next, so you try to build in some story arcs that could potentially be realized. And it was fun when I knew that the final matchup would be with Lou, because then we got to go full dark side. And it also let me, from a choreography standpoint, explore some things in the Star Wars universe that didn't ever get fully realized. Like the Darth Maul lightsaber, at some point in the movie, gets chopped in half. And even though Ray Park's martial arts ability is beyond reproach, he's amazing, I felt like it was really underutilized in that you have this two-bladed lightsaber, it gets chopped in half, and then you only use half of it. So I really wanted him to have broken half and then fight with both. And then
because they're both going to be dual wielding that, and it's faster fighting, more exciting, more dynamic.
I agree with all that. Everything she just said is totally true. That was an amazing jump that Lou just did. It was about 8 feet in the air. To achieve that, he jumped off of it.
Also,
we played it in reverse. Alex Hartman is doing some real parkour skills. The camera flattens the perspective of the image, so sometimes if it's not set up in such a way, you can't really appreciate the distance between certain objects. So it was actually a lot more impressive what he was doing in real life to get up there than what I think could be communicated through the camera.
Yeah.
And the strip that they're fighting on right now is like 3 feet wide.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's not an easy thing to do.
Half his fell off the side.
Yeah, a few times.
Almost. He didn't actually.
I used the shot where his foot goes through it. So here's a stationary sequence where we knew they were going to be on different levels, but we didn't exactly know when we constructed it what it was going to look like on the day, and they did a good job. They made it happen. Alex is using these falcata blades. They also kind of look like Gurkha knives or Greek kopis, but they have these hooks on the end of them, and so he's able to hook them together and use them. Kind of like a boomerang or a whip.
Thing.
One of the things that happens in pretty much every Star Wars movie is somebody gets a hand chopped off.
What?
So,
is that a motif?
Yeah, well, in epee fencing, your hand is your closest target, so it's commonly what's hit.
And that's why you wear a glove.
That's why you wear a glove. But in here, the gloves don't really do much to help you. We wanted to create a false first act at that spot where you're gonna get stabbed. And instead of it being the end of the fight, the assassin loses a hand. So now Alex Hartman does the rest of this thing with one hand, and these falcata blades are not real, they're very wide.
And then all the girls swoon.
It's true. Like, all of a sudden, there's like women throughout the world, because as I'm sure you know, our show is extremely popular with the female demographic. There's a lot of really tough ladies out there who like fighting, obviously, because they're in the show. But any of the girls who are watching at this point were like, oh, he's so much more handsome than I ever would have thought.
You're welcome, ladies.
But in order for him to achieve that grip on that sword, we had to create like a leather binding to hold them together, because it's impossible. They would just like wobble all over the place.
And they're not flat handles either. They're smooth, rounded, and they wouldn't have fit together.
So it's not easy to do. So he's really doing a great job managing a very difficult weapon that's being implemented in a way it wasn't designed to be utilized. This water bit, we just wanted to keep elevating it and make it as interesting as we could. So we found this shallow body of water, and we had to finish the fight in that. And it was cool. I think it gives us like level changes and terrain changes, and makes the fighting seem fun to me.
And that is really difficult, as anyone who's ever tried to, or whoever has gone swimming or tried to run in water, you know that is very difficult to move in water and very tiring.
Yeah. So now that Lou's character, the Star Warrior, has fully embraced his dark side, he's just gonna use it to drown the assassin.
Yeah, no qualms. No qualms.
It's a win at any cost. His soul is already sacrificed to the full-on dark side demons. And being a pro deceptioneer, the assassin, is that a word?
Sure.
The assassin's playing possum, and it works. Oh, does it ever work? So these fights were really close in the vote. I think at this point there were some 6,000 or 7,000 votes, and they were separated by like less than 100.
Yeah, double digits. It was double digits for sure.
So we
What?
Yep, we wanted to do another mislead. The Star Warrior thinks he wins, and so we wanted to make the audience think he wins too. But then out from the depths of the water, the shallow 2-foot depths, comes the assassin, and he finishes him off to be the first and official Warrior Showdown champion. So if Warrior Showdown round 2 ever gets to the point where
creepy.
Oh yeah, that's
creepy.
cool. He had a hard time holding those open with all the sand and water going in his eyes, but he held it for and contacts. But he held it for long enough to get the shot.
Long enough to be creepy. Thanks for watching season 1. We'll see you in season 2.
That's right. Bye.
Bye.